All right, everybody. Here is another competitive league match here. This is going to be Group B. Big Pimp and Tosh versus R22. I'm joined by Mr. Jed Erickson. How you doing?
Oh, it's been 3 years since I've seen anything from Big Pimp and Tosh. Show me something beautiful.
He was the Badger man. I wonder if we'll see some Badgers today. All right. Are you
Oh, we
ready?
have.
Are you ready to hop in the first one?
Right you are.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
In the left side of the map, we have R22.
And on the right, Big Pimp and Tosh. We got the Toads.
Oh, and it's that situation we saw in an earlier game here where it's toads against pure squirrels.
Yep. And I think that is super smart. I think that in the modern meta, people are playing with the tier 2, with the tier 3, and we're skimping on our tier 1. We just kind of grab squirrel, maybe pigeon, and that's it. So
Indeed.
toads are really strong in this kind of situation, and really short rush
Pimp and-
distance too.
Pimp and Tosh does have the potential to build cams to try and soak up the toads instead.
Yep.
So I would like to see some of that.
Yep. Very
But
true.
good toad micro, holding the left click down, and you can just walk through the cams and ignore them.
Yep. So the yeah, to your point, Big Pimp and Tosh does have a couple good tier 2 against Squirrel Toad, cams, or just skunks, you know? Like skunks can also tank and they can deal a lot of damage to tier 1 with that gas. But let's see what happens. I'm on this map, if I'm R22, I'm very tempted to build like 12 squirrels and 6 toads and say go, you know?
Indeed, it's a very, very short map with road between the bases as well, so they're going to be there in a flash.
Yeah, it's
Big Pimbitosh is building a raccoon on a short rush distance with roads? Oh, but R22 sells the squirrel warren. Oh, I would have loved to just see that squirrel go in and take out two squirrels take a pick out on the corner.
yeah. Yeah, that was very, very dangerous. You know, tier 2 opener can be fine, but on a very short rush distance map like this, like you said, I mean, if R22 didn't sell that squirrel warren, he could have got some damage before that first tier 2 shows up. And double raccoon opener, I have been doing this a lot in my games. Like I said, I don't know if it's good, but it is fun. So
I'm worried about how well it fares against just a mass of squirrels.
yeah, the problem is, honestly, I feel like the main problem with raccoon is that they're just kind of bad against chameleons, and chameleons are really, really popular right now. Now I actually like this. So like a cam on the front lines to like tank the damage from the other cams, and then the raccoon starts shooting them. That could be good. You haven't really got to see much raccoon yet, huh? Have we seen it
Not
today?
at all, not at all.
Yeah.
We have seen a bit of raccoon, but not really anything interesting. I also like Big Pimbitosh's decision to just go for economy here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Look at the 3 raccoons just standing outside generating food right now.
yeah, I love it.
But in comes the cams, and those sneaky cams just ambushes the raccoons.
Oh my gosh.
He's exactly see it. Oh, big cam value.
Okay.
Oh, 2 raccoons down. That's 120 food down drain for Big Pimbitosh.
Yeah, great job with those cams there. And as you can see, the cams really just shred the raccoons.
Oh, take out 2 squirrels though.
This comp from Tosh, man, no tier 1 at all. I think it's really strong if he can get there. Like he needs the cams on the front lines to help tank, and the first one is there. And you know, once you get up to like 4 or 5, 6 raccoons, now all of a sudden, if you got some front line, they actually start being pretty good against cams, because you know you get to the point where a couple rounds of shots will kill the cam. And look at R22 at home; he's just having a field day. He's getting a boar, he's getting an expansion. You know, he's doing everything. He's being aggressive, and Tosh has no idea.
He's really using that value he got there to just keep making things happen with the economy now, and he's again going in with the cams there, sneaking away again. Big Pimbitosh feels very threatened and has to pay a lot of attention to his own army with those cams around. And R22 is using that to sneak in that mill still, and the boar besides.
Yeah, look how far ahead R22 is just from taking out those couple raccoons. I mean, I watch players like this, and you know, I'm scratching my head. Like, how is R22 doing all this at the same time? You know, he's being aggressive. He's got an expansion. He's getting a boar. Meanwhile, Tosh is like barely trying to make a second base.
I can tell you one thing though, and that is that I respect the play from R22 on this one.
Oh yeah, here comes the cams. Getting so much work done.
Big Pimitosh trying to counterattack while the cams are gone, though. That could be very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, this should be good for Tosh. 100%. Tosh moving in. Oh, so Tosh is not aware of the next base. He's like, okay, I'll just win the game. And nope, but he does critical damage, and he doesn't lose his army. So now he knows about the second base, but is the boar going to be enough here for R22 to just win? Actually, you know what? I don't think so. I think Tosh is really turning the corner here. If he can stop more chameleons from spawning. Oh, but the big bad boar.
Boar comes in.
Yeah, R22, the boar to dream.
Those raccoons are a little bit high health for the boars to be comfortable there, but it's coming in here. It's doing a lot of damage, but it doesn't have any pigeons to support, so it just doesn't do much.
Dude,
it dies too fast to the raccoons.
Those raccoons really did short work with that boar. And look at this, man. Tosh turns the game around. GG. Wow, what a match. Absolutely
it's unfortunate. I feel like those cans were a little bit greedy. I think that while you have the boar going down, you're down in army value because of all the greed alternatives you did there. I just don't think you can go for a camp play like that. But before that, with the whole stealing away of a raccoon or two, that was very, very well played.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how much like army positioning matters, you know. And Tosh made a really smart, quick decision. It's like, okay, you're gonna get some of my infrastructure, but I'll just go blow up your base while your cams aren't home. So, all right, you ready for game number 2?
Right, you are.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
3, 2, 1, go.
In the bottom of the map, we have R22.
And up top, Big Pimpatosh. Now, he's playing a deck that is definitely my style. I do like Wolf Fox. I don't think it's the best, but I enjoy the play style. And actually, in this situation, I do like Tosh's deck a little bit better than R22's. I think Wolf, Cam, Fox, Falcon will beat Wolf, Cam, Falcon. You know what I mean?
I get you. I also think one of the big things I theorized back in the days is that you could use crows to form a anti-toad wall, where if you run the toads under the crows just delete the toads from existence before they reach the squirrels.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I feel like, again, that with Big Pimitosh now having that second T1 to deal with the toads, that if we do see a toad squirrel this game, that Big Pimitosh is prepared for it.
Yeah, I agree. And let's see how this one is going to unfold. It's a big fat macro map, and Tosh is going to be happy. He's got that castle, those 4 mills here. Meanwhile, R22, the map's not so great for him. I mean, he's got 2 bases, but...
Yeah, exactly. You say it's a macro map, but it's only a macro map if your name is Big Pimpitosh.
Yeah.
R22, it is a 2 bases maximum, because that third one there, low ground with high ground right next to it, that Big Pimpitosh just kind of has control over.
Yeah, forget about it. I think if R22, if we actually get a macro game here and R22 does take a third, he'd have to go west, right? Like he'd be heading to like the 9 o'clock, and then it'd be a very positioning heavy match where unit movements would matter quite a bit.
Indeed. For R22 on a map like this, you have to do some 2 base play.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a gentleman's agreement here, and both players are going to go up to 16 farms. I mean, the map is just so big, so easily defendable for both sides. It wouldn't make sense to be aggressive, so we are...
Not in the slightest. We only see 2 T11s for both players on the map right now.
Yep. So it's going to be 16 farms and 6 squirrels for both players here soon.
Indeed. Now, R22 does have to be careful. This gentleman's agreement could really bite back if Big Pimpitosh decides to go a little bit further than just the 16 farms.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Now, this is the big decision. Are we going to make a tier 3? Are we going to rail out a lot of tier 1? Are we going to try to take a third base? I mean, right now is kind of the biggest spot where there's so many ways the game can branch. So let's see what the players decide to do.
I do like the T3 that comes down here from R22. Again, they also have mines, which is going to help slow down the game, and I don't think Big Pimpitosh knows that mines are on the field.
They are doubling down on the greed. They went straight 16 farms into Wolf. Both players put down their Wolf Warrens at pretty much the exact same time. R22 scouted Tosh's, and Tosh scouted R22's. And
all right, well, buff the farms and watch the money roll in, right?
if I'm Tosh, I'm throwing down a Fox too, right? Let's see it. Bam. Beautiful.
Oh, so much selling there.
This looks like it's going to be great for Tosh. I mean, you know, Foxes are so good against Falcons. They're pretty good against Cams too, to be honest, as long as the Cams don't sneak up on them.
Yep.
So I really like Tosh's comp better. You know, if we start just making Cam Falcon, it's just going to be Cam Falcon from both sides, but Tosh has a Fox.
I've always liked calling this duo the Coffee Fox. The hyperactive Fox going.
Yeah.
The animation on it running is just so fast, and it looks so funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah, buffed up Fox is insane.
Speed.
Yeah. All right. Wolves are on the way. Tosh needs to be careful not to supply block the Fox.
It does it for just for half a second.
Yeah,
we can look at that.
Yeah. If I'm Tosh, the only thing that I'm stressing out about right now is I hope my Fox is here by the time R22 attacks me. You know?
Oh, you know what we could also see? I don't know what's the damage on mines right now, because I know I've seen some clips of Foxes just blowing up the mines.
Yeah, I
don't know what the single target's like.
I think it's two mines for a Fox. Yeah, that's a good point. And R22 is aware of the... Oh, man. I'd be so mad if I'm Tosh. Like, Fox is not a very meta unit. Some guys like me still play it. I think QQ plays it. The thing is, it's hard for me to feel on it, because whenever I play, like, a Melvin Fro or somebody, they always just, like, play Fox against me because I'm Delphius, right? They're like, oh, let's play Fox. But I don't think it's, like, a real unit in the meta. But yeah, this could be so brutal. Alright.
Oh.
He knows about the mines.
Oh, those mines do not get a lot of value. Big Pimp in charge now knows about the mines and will be very careful moving forward.
Yep. But you want to run around with the Fox and be picking things off, but now he's got a mine sweep.
Commander Def.
Dude.
He has to take it slow now, and that the Fox is just being slowed down massively. He tries to clear mines with the Wolf. Nope. Army goes forward.
Dude, the Coffee Fox just kills commanders so fast. Oh, gotta be careful. Okay. And the Toads come in, get some damage done. Tosh having to micro both the Wolf and the Fox. Wolf getting pretty low. But this should be a pretty straightforward win for Tosh. Tosh is looking great this season.
Even with the choke where the Toads really got value there, it's just not enough. This Fox here... Ooh,
well, on second thought, the next round...
Oh, the Wolf goes down, though.
The next round from R22, 1 HP on the Fox!
Oh.
It's gonna go down, though. It's got... Yeah, there it is.
Wolf is very good against Fox because the buffed units can chase down the Fox as well, so...
Yeah.
That's what we saw here, and the Wolf is just gonna get value now.
Yeah, the reinforcements from R22 are really making this a more competitive game. I guess I called it a little bit too early there. I thought Tosh had it. But the fact that R22 kept his Wolf alive during all that is so huge. And I think what really helps R22 in that follow-up push is just the amount of Tier 1 Warrens he has, right? Like, 30 Tier 1, you know, you really get your second wave very quickly. And Tier 1 buff by Wolf right now is actually, like, really, really strong. Like
they changed the timers around in that, and it's been really beneficial ever since.
Yeah. Let's see if Tosh can muster up enough to get it done here. But he's got to kill that Wolf. Actually, these Falcons, surprisingly, Cam Falcon, great comp against Tier 1. And if
but will the Falcon, the Wolf is still getting that much value. There's just nothing to kill the Wolf, and as long as you keep yelling at stuff, things die.
Yeah, I think the R22 keeping the Wolf alive is really what helped him win this game. Really fun fights back and forth, but R22 will eke it out, which is great, because that means we get a game 3.
Hell yeah. Alright, a quick shout out to Kerper 100. It is indeed me, Jaquette Erickson from the Ashes.
Alright, you ready for game number 3?
I am excited for it.
Alright, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I'll have to hit you up when I cast, man. It's always a pleasure.
I would love to be down for it more. I kind of want to get into the casting scene. But that being said, time to do casting. Actually, in the bottom right, we have R22.
And up top, Big Pippin Tosh. Close series so far, and here's that Badger from Big Pippin Tosh. And Badger Wolf, actually, so really tier 3 heavy. Meanwhile, R22 has the snakes, though. So we'll see.
You want to see Wolf play? Well, we got Wolf play today.
That is very true. This map is kind of awkward. Both players have a second base, but other than that, getting to a third is going to be tough. So
I also feel like R22's obvious second base there and right next to his main mill does suffer a little bit from a potential high ground snipe.
Yep.
That could be very annoying to deal with.
Yeah, there's a lot of awkward rocks and ledges around here too that make it very to your point, if Tosh puts his army over here, look at the awkward attack path for R22 to even respond to that. Unlikely, but it could happen. Let's see what the players decide to do as it stands. Similarly, though, for Tosh, Tosh's second base is also very cliff abusable with the Falcons from R22. He can just kind of walk up here and put a lot of pressure on with that high ground vision that the flying units will provide.
Indeed. So the question is, if people can if both players here can recognize the vulnerabilities a second place can go for, can make happen, will we see a lot of one base play on this map?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like, the mill distribution and vulnerabilities really kind of discourage economic play, but the map is also really big, which kind of encourages a macro game. So
I think it's interesting, and I kind of want to make a custom map based on this principle.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's see. We need another custom map tournament. That would be fun. We should. It's been a while. Maybe we'll.
Let's see if there's any hype for it, right?
Yeah, maybe let's talk to some of the other organizers after this series, this season of the championship. Maybe we'll do a custom map tournament next. I think the custom map games are always great. Best Sakya NA, not really part of the scene anymore, but he made a ton of really good maps that are still like very, very strong and a lot of fun to play.
But speaking of this game, though, we are seeing a lot of T2 here, and it's just Cam Skunk all the way, right?
Yeah, Badger coming down to Wolf from Tosh. And gonna wait for the Wolf and say go, I'd imagine. Cam, Metal Gear Solid Chameleons moving across the map. But both players not very harassable with their main bases, you know. They're both pretty tucked in tight. No extra entrances or open spaces, kind of one door. So no cam style micro will be effective this match. You can see both players chameleons actually running around looking to get something done.
Yeah, but it's just really hard because there's only really one entrance to both R22 and Big Pimpitosh's base, so those chameleons can't really be that sneaky.
R22 does scout the wolf. And will put down their own wolf, but it's very far behind. Tosh definitely has a window here where he could move across the map with his wolf and get a lot done.
I feel like both players have understood how awkward a second base is because you haven't seen anything here. But I like the play from R22 anyway, so putting the camps on the mill. So if it gets spotted, it just gets instantly destroyed. And he gets a second mill, and it's all the way in the corner.
Yep.
Ninja time.
Yep. We're 4 minutes in, so whether you like it or not, you got to start thinking about expansions. One of the really cool design choices of Tooth and Tail is that you will starve to death very, very quickly. You cannot turtle on one base for that long. So
the 5-minute mark is a very important mark in any game.
Yep. So Tosh is going to come in and see the opponent's wolf. But Tosh's wolf is almost done. At this point, I guess he just waits for the Badger. Like, the comp that Tosh is putting together is pretty damn sick. And R22 is not aware of the Badger yet. Let me double check vision. No, he does not know about the Badger yet. Which he needs to know about so he can start building some snakes here.
I like how Big Pimpitosh just scouted R22 and didn't see a single unit when he did.
Oh, really?
That's it was all cams at the time, so there was like no units when he scouted like a minute ago.
That's funny.
I'd be very scared about the 8 camps that will come out of that, but nope, only 4.
All right, R22 did see the Badger now, but Still no snakes. Not going to get even a pair of snakes. A little surprising.
I would have loved to see some snakes here, but I do understand the play, kind of. I mean, there is a lot of pigeons to kind of deal with snake poison, so
Yeah.
the burst damage from Falcons may be preferable.
Yeah, that's a good observation. I like that both players took like the weird mill, and neither one know about it. All right, here comes Tosh with the move out. Tosh does scout it now though. He sees that base, so that's easy pickings if he just wants to walk over there. Does leave his army a little bit vulnerable. Meanwhile, the cams are going to snipe. Oh my god, R22 is actually dead. Okay, yeah, he's got to bring those cams back. If those
The Badger comes in here for a play.
A lot of healing on the Badger. Cam's coming in from the side with the flank. Gonna get a decent amount of damage done, but the Wolf buff in the Badger is so much. I don't think R22 is gonna be able to hold on for much longer. He does have his own Wolf, but most of his units are already dead. The Cams did not get the Wolf buff, so they kind of just got melted.
I think the Badger, as long as it stays alive here and Big Pim just patiently just takes down these warrens here, that at the end of the day, it will be a win here for Big Pim Josh indeed.
All right, 2-1 victory for Tosh.
Congratulations, Tosh.